What's the next thing I need to do? Create X special. Angelica, okay? Ashley, okay? Caitlin? Steve? So to create the, let's put the comments to make it clear. I have I and j already used, and I don't want to reset them. So, oh, one thing, yeah, that's okay. So I need another variable here. So the first thing is to make X special equals to X nominal. I guess in what's the name of it? In MATLAB or in what's the language many of you learned?
Python.
Or in Python, you have vector quantities, so you could have just said X special equals X naught. We don't have that in VBA, so how do we set two vectors equal to each other? We set every component equal to each other. So we have a for loop that sets all the components of X special equal to X naught components. Clear, everyone?
No.
So I need to use another index here. So for k equals 1 to n, and X special k equals X nominal k, and close that with next k. So at this point, X special is equal. At this point, X special is equal to xk. So I'm going to here a comment. First, set X special. I'll put another line for vector equals X naught. And now we're going to correct the jth component.
Is there a reason you put the underscores in the
To indicate that setting the vector equal. That's why I put underscores to indicate vectors. Since I cannot underline the text in the comment. Everybody okay? David okay? Alright. And now I'm correcting the jth component. So X special jth component equals, and I can use here either xj, x special j, or x naught j, because at this point they're equal. So let's type in to say, to use x naught j plus dxj. So at this point, we created the x special. We're now ready to calculate our A. So the A of the ith and jth component 1j component, that's how you write it, equals. We need a parenthesis, and it's going to be the function where x is going to be x special, u is going to be nominal, d is going to be nominal. So, and I want the ith component. So that will be f of x special, comma, u nominal, comma, d nominal. Remember, we put two O's because do is a command. So that's, oh, comma, comma. So that's the fi of x special u naught d naught minus the fi, so f, where everything is nominal, so now it's going to be x naught, u naught, do, comma I, close that parenthesis, divided by dxj. That's it. We have just calculated our aij. Rim, how are we doing?
Good. What is the point of putting comma I?
Because remember, we need the ith component. F is the vector. And the partial aij's is fi minus fi. So the ith component is put in the function f as an extra argument that specifies the component. We specified f as arguments not only x, u, and d, but also I that returns the component, and if I equals 1, I get f1, if I equals 2, I get f2. Clear? Felix, okay? All right, this is not a programming class, so okay, I cannot. Okay. Calculating the aij is not good unless I also output it. And where am I going to output it? In Excel. So let's create an output place for it. And we'll go back to Excel. Any questions? Andrea?
I just don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand the X special. Like, I can't read it. Like, I don't know what's going on. X special K equals X naught K, and then you do X special J.
Well, this is a loop. The K sets all the components of X special equal to the corresponding components of X naught. So if you set in between two vectors all the components equal, you set each of the two vectors the same. So at the end of those three lines, X special is identical to X naught.
I get that. And then
Okay, but we don't want X nominal here. That's why I wrote it like that. We want X to be X nominal with one difference. The jth component, which is the component with respect to which I take the partial, should be nominal plus delta X. Okay? Remember, my X may have 100 components. So first I said all 100 components equal to X nominal. And if J is 14, I'm changing the 14th component afterwards. So after I said everything equal, I'm correcting the jth component to be now nominal plus delta X. Okay? Clear?
Do we have to set X special as both?
Yes. Yes. When I try to run it, the policeman will tell me that. And I'm debating whether to remind us you had VBA about local variables, because XSpecial has no reason to be global. XSpecial only calculated in this program. It's not calculated in a subroutine or anything. So we could declare it in here, but let me decide that afterwards. But let's first create something in which we're going to see something when we run it. So far, when we have run it, we haven't had any output. So let's create our first output. So let's go to Excel and decide where we are going to put our output. Also, it's a good time to save, so let's save. So, where do I want to put my A matrix? How about if we start putting it in this space, however big it is? So, let's figure out where we're going to be outputting the results. If I make the A matrix in this block, my A11 will be in F2. Let's do some logic here. So, we want A11 to be in F2, and with matrix notation, that's cell 2,6. What do I want A12 to be? A12 would be same row. So here I want A11. A12 I want here. So that's in column G. So I want A12 to be in cell 2,7. What do I want cell A21 to be? I want below A11, right? That would be same column, different row.
3,6.
So 3,6 is correct. So what's the logical relationship between the component of A and the cell address? When it's 1, 1, I have 2, 6. When it's 1, 2, I have 2, 7. When it's 2, 1, I have 3, 6. When it's I, J, where do I want to put it?
It's like 2,
Okay.
comma 6.
As Mohammed said, the first component of the cell is 1 higher than the row index. So that will go I plus 1. The second cell number is 5 higher than the column number. So it will be J plus 5. Remember, for input, I have variable equals cells. For output, you turn it around. Cells equals variable. So I will have cells I plus 1, J plus 5 equals AIJ. I can create a new, let's go back to the program now. I can create a new row for the output, but will be very, welcome Megan. Are you okay? So, but it would be wasteful to create, I will need a double loop again, IJ. The moment I calculate it, I can output it the same time. So, let's put the output right after we're calculating it. So let's put here outputting. Is that the word? Outputting? I'm not sure. So cells I plus 1, comma J plus 5 equals the A of I, comma J. I just so that's the program for calculating the A matrix, except, as you have pointed out, we haven't declared this under A, right? Any questions? So let's, first of all, save it before we run it. And it's a good idea to be running it from Excel because you can run into problems if you have more than one Excel worksheet open. So let me first save it. And when we're saving this macros, since we saved this macros before, it continues saving this macros. And if I try to run it, we'll have a problem. We go to development, macros, and run it, and J is not defined. What else is not defined? dxj is a new variable I introduced. It's not defined at all.
K is not.
K is not defined.
Neither is X special.
And X special is not defined. Now, J is something that is shared between the functions when I call J, I think I'll put this global. But K, I can put as local. So here's the name. So let's put here I as integer, let's put a J, global variable is integer. Let's reset, so set. I could define everything as global, but just for variety to show you, let me define the rest as local. So K will only be used inside the main program. It's not being used in any of the functions. Okay? Actually, the functions only use I, so I could have done J also there, but anyway. So you declare a variable inside the program. If you go right below the sub and use here, and you use a command dim and K as integer. Also, we have dxj. Let's put common dxj as double precision. And we also now want X special. What size should I put for X special? 100, same as I have for my regular X. As double. I believe that's it. When I put them at the top, it's shared between the functions and the main program. When I put them in here, they're only for the main program. I could have actually, well, okay. But if there's something that is only in the function, I could have declared it right below the private function. Yes.
If you have put everything on the top,
Hmm?
like every single variable,
Yeah.
What about the function, the first function, f of x? Mine was messed up. It's okay.
Josh.
At the top where I'm defining J as an integer, when I do that as a just action, will reset.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
oh no.